Hey, what's up, you guys? It's definitely Lou from Lights Camera Live, and in this episode, I get to hang out with Vieux, co-founder of Tack, where we're going to talk about how you could curate your Instagram feed with amazing content that your fans, your visitors are taking at your establishment. So, if you are in the tourism, hospitality industry, any of that good stuff, this is definitely the episode that you should check out. It's going to make your content curation on Instagram so much easier. Seriously, you guys, I use this all the time for all of my clients. Definitely worth the service that it is. All right, you guys, let's get started. What's up, Bill? How are you?
Hey, I'm here.
I know, you're here. You're back again. Yeah.
Excited to be back. Let's do it
I
this time
know.
with no overplayed audio.
I know, right? I'm so super duper excited to have you back. So, for those of you that are watching live or are going to watch the replay, this is Lights Camera Live, where we shine a spotlight on the best and brightest marketers in the industry. And of course, that means we have Bill Vieux, co founder of Tack. What's up, Bill?
Hey, everybody. So happy to
Hey,
be here.
hey.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Of course. So, for those of you that are interested, what the heck tack is actually my secret weapon in terms of curating my Instagram feed for all of my clients. That means engaging with users that come to Horton Plaza Park, repurposing those images, making sure that I get all of the licensing agreements all in place. That way we're all good to go. So if you don't have time to watch it right now, definitely come back to watch the replay, because Bill is one of those people that I love so much, where he just drops some knowledge bombs on you and you're like, oh my God, like, are you for real right now? So Bill, that is your
What fine.
awesome intro, right? Do you want to give us a
Woohoo.
little background in terms of Tack from your perspective while I go ahead and share this to my private page?
Yeah, you bet. So this all kind of came about from a lot of agency experience where we were working with so many different clients. And if you've ever worked in an agency world where you have clients and you want them to send you content, it is so hard. Occasionally you've got that one amazing client that's just on it every day, every week they're sending you great content. But so often you're just struggling to figure out, I've got this great story to tell. I understand this client, or in my business, I have these amazing stories to tell, but I don't have time to set up a photo shoot. I never have time to capture the content, or when I go do, it's not exactly the moment that is captured that I want to share with everybody. So being able to share that user-generated content, key part of the strategy, any successful social media strategy. Show your customers in your business, show people from nearby places in the destination enjoying the various activities, and all that content is out there on Instagram
Yeah.
today. What makes Instagram so unique and amazing is a couple things. It has like 95 million photos a day being uploaded. I mean, mind
That's
blowing, right?
crazy.
Like
That's
95
crazy.
million photos every single day,
That's
photos and
insane. Yeah.
videos, right? So there's all this content. And not only is there a lot of content, it's actually good content, right? So they make this big deal about taking beautiful photos and using nice filters and having these great photos and videos capturing these moments. So a lot of the content goes up there is really high quality, right? If you look at some of the other social
Mhm.
networks, maybe like Twitter, less content, maybe not as high quality. So lots of high quality photos in the moment, right? They don't allow scheduled posting, right? So they encourage that really capturing the moment when it's happening live. Right there, you've got the photo. You can upload it from your phone. You're not scheduling it 2 months in advance from a tool. So there's this great immediacy and authenticity to the photos there that are great photos. And then here's the key. They make it a natural part of the process to tag your photo with hashtags and to tag it with
Mhm.
the location. Not every platform does that really well, doesn't always encourage it. And when you do that, it's also searchable if you have a public profile by that hashtag and by that location. Again, most of the other platforms, you look at Facebook, Twitter, other platforms, not nearly as easy for a business to go in there and find photos at a location or find
Yeah.
photos by hashtag. So this amazing search capability combined with high quality visuals, combined with a ton of content, means that you can go for just about any busy retail location and find a ton of great photos being taken at your place of business or at your customer, if you have a client, you're an agency, at your client's place of business, or by hashtag. If you're doing a good job
Yeah.
activating people with your hashtag and using it, that's another good way to get that content out there, and it's all being pushed out there in a way that you can get to it.
Yes, and I love the fact that you mentioned about people actually, um, using the hashtags and whatnot. Because you and I were just talking before this, and I was telling you about how my husband and I had a date night a couple days ago, and we went to this really cool coffee shop off Convoy called Cafe Bene. Have you been there before?
I have not. No, it sounds great.
Oh my gosh, no, they have the most amazing desserts. It's like this pound cake, and it's like an inch thick, and then they put ice cream and they put Oreo cookie crumbles all around it. And I wouldn't have
Yes.
known that that was something that I should have ordered until I went to Instagram. And let me show you. So I'm going to switch the screen real quick. So I looked at Cafe Bene, and I wanted to see like what other people were posting, because of course when you're going to try something new, a new restaurant, you want to see what other people are doing. And
Sure.
so it was really cool to kind of see like the different types of coffees, the desserts they had. And as soon as I saw this, I hope you could see it. As soon as I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that, I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. I was like standing in line with my phone ordering, and I didn't even look at the menu. Seriously, I didn't look at the menu. I just kind of showed the guy. I was like, this, I want
Right
this.
there.
Yeah, and
Right.
he's like, yeah, we could definitely get that for you. And I was like, rock on. I am all about that. So it was really cool. I love that.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's perfect, right? And like that photo there, that is such a great photo that is, truly something, that was captured in the moment. It looks great. You can trust it, right? So people tend to trust other people. They believe, oh, my friend had this experience, my family had this experience, they're telling me about it. There's the power of user generated content to really build that level of trust and authenticity about, hey, this is what it's going to be like when you go there. And did it look that good?
It
Did
was
yours taste
so
as good as that
good.
looked?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I posted a photo on my Facebook page, and then all my friends were just like, where were you? Where did you take that photo at? And I was like, this was at Cafe Benny on Convoy. So, Cafe Benny, you're actually getting some free promotion right now.
Yeah. Put them on my
Hey,
list.
I know, definitely give them a shot. Take the wifey out. Hey, Kylene is here. Ash Oro is here. Thank you so much for coming out. There's Amanda, Gary Ware. Say hi, everyone. So nice to have you guys here. All right, cool. So, again, like I said, Tack is basically my secret weapon when it comes to curating for my content. And I want to show you guys a little bit behind the scenes on how I use it. So to start off, this is basically the homepage. When I go in and I go into this, I'm going to show you guys my setup. And Bill, you're still going to be on the screen, so I hope that's cool.
That's cool.
So
Yeah,
let me.
well, and let me add that so we talked about why UGC is amazing, and we talked about how much of it's out there on Instagram, right? But you can't just go rip it off and
Yeah.
start using it to market your business. You need legal permission to do that, and you can do it by hand. You can go in there and say, "Hey, can I feature your photo?" And then you can come back every other day and see if they've commented yes, and then once they've commented yes, you can try to screenshot it off your phone or go to your
Yep.
desktop and find the URL and download the photo. It is such a manual process, and it is so
Yeah.
difficult. So
It's it's the worst.
we,
I mean, well, it's one of those things where you're just kind of like, okay, I do social media for clients. I just have to deal with it. And as a consultant, I definitely track my time, and I was just like, wow, I have to look at all these different hashtags, and it takes me forever. And so having Tact just made that process so much easier for me, and it's really cut down a lot of my time. So having said
absolutely.
that, let me show you, everyone, let me show you my setup. This is actually how I use Tax. So like I said, I use it for one of my clients, Horton Plaza Park, which is an urban plaza nestled in the heart of downtown. And I feel like I could spit that out because I write that all the time. So when I'm curating content for the park, of course, a couple of things that I'm going to do is we have our own specific hashtag, which is Horton Plaza Park. And from there, I could see the number of people that have actually taken photos at the park. Like for example, this guy Sam Chen Photography, he's just been killing it. Like he has been uploading a bunch of his photos to Instagram, geotagging it at Horton Plaza Park, and I'm all over him. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Sam, can I please use this photo? And it's as simple as me saying, hey, we'd love to feature this on our pages. Here's our terms of agreement. Can you just respond, yes, Horton? And then that way I could use it. And he did, he did for a couple of other ones. And like I said, he's just been going off and I'm taking a number of photos. But I love the fact that If I wanted to, I could type something in here that says, love so much all the things that you're doing. Here's another image that Sam Chen has put together. Like, look at that. That I couldn't have asked for a better photo for me to use in my broadcasting plan. Like, wouldn't you agree?
So cool.
Yeah. The other cool things about this is that you could see what I've already requested. So if my client ever says, hey, Stephanie, can you ask this person if we could use their image? I'm like, yeah, cool. I already checked. I already requested it. I could see what's already approved. In fact, when I go into Tack, I have this little approvals tab. Thank you so much, Bill. As I'm telling you, this makes my life so much easier. I'm not having to screenshot anything. This shows me all of the images that I requested from people, them giving me permission to use the high-res version of their images. Like, again, look at this from Sam. It's so beautiful. And that's of the historical fountain over at the park.
That's gorgeous. Yeah.
Right?
And so you get that full 1080 by 1080 photo that's posted on Instagram, and obviously going to be a lot better than trying to do a screenshot from your phone and get a copy of the image to use. So
yeah, and
that's great.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Tack pulls in the high resolution image file, and the reason for that is because if we want to use the image on our website, or if I want to use it in my Facebook advertising, I absolutely can. Like I said before, my old process was that I would take a screenshot, or I would use the free repost app, which I'm pretty sure you're aware of, and I'll repost it, but then again, that image quality only looks great on Instagram, whereas I want it to live in other places, the other digital properties that my clients have, right?
Sure. And you want to get the rights to actually use it in all those other places. So, part of going through Tack, they're agreeing legally that you can use this for your marketing, and that's part of that terms and conditions that goes in the comment, and that they're agreeing to those. So you really do have the permission to go use that featured on your website or post it on Facebook versus simply reposting it without permission.
Exactly. And the other cool things about this, guys, if you are curating a lot of content for your clients, another thing that I love is that I could put tags in here. So when I'm actually developing Horton Plaza's Instagram feed, I'm very much focusing on images kind of like in a checkerboard format. So I'm going light, dark in terms of the images, just because I feel like if I'm engaging with someone for the first time and they want to go and check out the park's Instagram feed, I only have pretty much like 3 seconds to really kind of wow them for them to actually become a fan. Like, wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it needs to look nice. And so I have it where it's formatted light, dark versus light. And then I put in all of those tags in Tack. Other cool things is not only do I have like the approvals tab, I love the search media library. This is the one where you had to remind me, like, Stephanie, all your stuff is in the search media library.
Yeah. So that approvals is just kind of stuff that's coming in as it comes in. It's in the news, like your news feed, basically, of things that were approved. But once you do get the approval, it's permanently stored. So even if they go delete it off of Instagram later or shut down their account, you've got a copy of it permanently in your library, and you can tag it, so it makes it really easy and quick to search. And there's a ton of different search options here by the tag, by the location, by the user, so that you can quick or search even any words that were in the caption. You can really quickly narrow down your library to find that photo you want.
Oh yeah, and I even love that you guys divide it up by image and video. Mm-hmm. That's so helpful. Super duper helpful. Okay, great. So let's see, what else should we talk about? I'm trying to do a million things all at once.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's show, you were using this. You've got some help sometimes, right? I'm going to share a little secret here that you get some help.
No, go ahead.
This.
Yeah.
And so if there's another person coming in, one of the things is you can try to keep this in your head if you're doing it on the phone, right? If you're trying to do all this manually, you remember which tags you've been to, which locations you've looked at. But if you try to, it's happened to me, you're staring at like the same photos over and over again. You're like, I think I've already looked at this photo. And you got to like tap on it. You're like, oh, I did request it, right?
Yeah.
So we make it so that it keeps track of what's been reviewed and what hasn't been reviewed. So if you have somebody helping you, especially, you want them to come in there and they're looking at the location, just click that little blue mark all reviewed button there.
Oh, that's right.
And it'll keep it up to date, so oh, okay, great. They reviewed all the photos that are new in that particular hashtag or that particular location.
That's right. And this is the little blue button, you guys, that Bill is referring to. You can mark everything as reviewed. Because to your point, sometimes I feel like, am I still looking at the same hashtag again? So I love that it marks that. So I can take a look at specific hashtags, which are super helpful if I'm having certain events that are coming up, or I can even look at geolocations. So there's Horton Plaza Park downtown, and then there's the U.S. Grant that's like right across the street. And there's some other amazing photographers there that are taking photos. And so if I wanted to, I could just click on the U.S. Grant, and again, I could see all of the images that were taken over there.
Great strategy, right? As part of any social strategy it's not just about you and your place, but what are the other things around me that are related and that help tell the story of what I'm doing and why we're here and what our purpose is. There's easy ways to go out and figure out, hey, there's other related pieces to this story that I might want to go pull from. One of my favorites is, we'll work with some restaurants or hotels that have a restaurant, and their chef goes to the farmer's market every week, right, and buys amazing stuff. Well, part of telling that story for them is to actually go put the farmer's market into Tack, and you'll find some amazing photos that you can curate from there. And then you can go tell that story with this gorgeous visual that shows the farmer's market, shows the fresh fruit and vegetables there that your chef is shopping at every month, rather than just showing the finished product and like, oh, well, here's the plate that we're using and trying to tell about it, right? So getting those other locations, other hashtags, great way to source other material for you if you don't have a lot of people taking photos at your particular location.
And you actually gave me this really amazing tip yesterday where I was telling you about how I always geotag things over at Horton Plaza Park. And then you said, well, maybe sometimes, Stephanie, you should geotag it for San Diego, California, where it's a little bit broader, because if more people are using that particular hashtag, then you could probably have more people discover your profile. I was like, oh my God, why didn't even think of that?
Yeah, you can definitely play with that location tag instead of just tagging your business location. Is bring it up a level, to the city or the region, and sometimes there's other things that are relevant. You don't want to be tagging it somewhere way off, completely irrelevant, but there's ways to expand that reach a little bit and get other people that might not have thought to look or see your photo to zoom in there and look at you.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing, so one of the things that I can't wait to try with one of my clients is the tack boards. So is it cool if I show them that?
Yeah, these are cool.
So this is something that I'm super excited to introduce to Horton Plaza Park, is taking all of the images that our fans, our park visitors, all of that great stuff, and creating it basically into like this widget that could then live on the website. And I haven't done this just yet, but I've been curating the images of like what it is that I want to be featured. And so you can see like we have pets that come by, people that come to the park on the deco bike, the water fountain that everyone I feel like is the most Instagram spot right now. Nowadays. Yep. We have fashion bloggers that pop by. Fred, San Diego, that shuttle, that thing is awesome. Have you ever taken that?
I haven't. Yeah.
You haven't? Cool. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's the free ride everywhere downtown shuttle. It'll take you anywhere from Little Italy all the way down to downtown, basically for free. And it's just like an app that you take on, that you would use like on Uber, and you just let them know like where to pick you up and whatnot.
That's so cool.
So yeah, definitely check them out. But anyway, so one of the actual clients that you're using this tack board for is One World Observatory. So is it cool if I show them that?
Yeah, they've done just amazing work with this. Obviously, their location is super premium. It's amazing, right? Top of the One World Center, and they look out 360-degree views of the city. And what they've done is they've curated all these great photos, and they're showing them off over time on their Facebook page or their Instagram account. But they've got so many great photos, and they want to show guests that experience and what it's like here. They can take that selection of them that they've chosen, put them into a widget here that is now displayed on their homepage, right? And you can see there, you can click through those little arrows.
That's amazing.
Scroll through the photos there. So it gives them an ability to put the widget on the website and have that interactivity that they don't need to go to their website developers for. Once they've got that done, now the marketing team is here, they're in Tack, they're curating great photos kind of on demand as they wish. They can swap out photos, they can remove photos, add new ones, reorder them. And if you go up to that experience menu up at the top there of that page. Yep. I think it's experience, and it says guest photos.
Yep.
And it will pull up a different style. Instead of the widget in a row, all in a row, it will do it more of a Pinterest style flow there under that page. And you can see all those photos in a little bit different format. So there's couple different ways you can show that off on your pages. But it makes for a great way to share all this great content really easily on your website.
And is it set up so that you could only have one tack board per website, or you could use different tags for events?
Sure. So different. So there's some of it tied to the particular subscription plan you're on with Tack. But if you've got multiple boards as part of your plan, then it allows you to create different boards. You could do different concepts for them. So here's an example. If you were a hotel, you might want to have a board that shows on your homepage, but on your restaurant page, you want all dining shots, right? And you want to talk all about the food and the chef. Totally different set of photos, right? So you just create a separate board for that, and you can set that up to be displayed on your website. And as you saw there, they look great on the browser on your desktop, but they'll also work on mobile, and it shrinks down a little bit and the images get smaller, but it'll work great on mobile as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love the fact that Kylene is mentioning the free ride everywhere downtown shuttle. I'm telling you, that thing is awesome. Like they'll pick me up wherever I need to go, and it's absolutely 100% free. I think they have 17 shuttles. It just launched last year. Yeah, I'm all about the free ride everywhere downtown shuttle. Oh, and Brady Pasola is here. You haven't met Brady, but Brady is a part of this conference called Clever Talks, where they teach veterans on how to transition into becoming entrepreneurs, and that festival is actually happening this Saturday. So thank you so much, Brady, for joining us.
That's awesome. Hi, Brady.
Yep. Let me go ahead and kick over and see if there's anyone else in the comments that are joining us. Let's see. So we have Brady, Kylene, Ash, and Gary. Okay, cool. All right. So other things to talk about Tack and why it's amazing is you guys have this free new tool, right? Can we talk about this a little bit?
You bet. So we just launched this a couple weeks ago. So we would have a lot of questions of well, what is going on at that particular location on Instagram, right? I can go in there and Tack, and I can put in the location, and I can see all these photos that are currently been posted there in the last, few days. But if I just want to get a sense of how much is going on there, or if I'm for example, a business and I'm curious, hey, does anybody post about me on Instagram? What are they saying about me? What kind of content is out there? Or for you or an agency, you're pitching some new business. Well, why should that client be on Instagram?
Yeah.
You can go in, put in the Instagram location. This is totally free. This is just a fun tool that we made available for everybody. Hope it's super useful. But put in the Instagram location and your email address, and we'll send you a report here of the last 500 posts at that location, so you can see what's going on with it, and we can talk about some of the little different sections here. But it's a pretty cool way to see hey, there's stuff happening at my business, and I'm missing out if I'm not engaging with them, if I'm not on Instagram talking to them, if I'm not curating those photos. Hey, here's what's going on.
Yeah, and the reason why I love this report is because as a marketer, I could show this to my client and kind of say okay, of all the on-site activations that we've had at the park, look at how many photos people are taking at the venue. I could show them what the popular post was, and if for any reason there's an influencer that I didn't catch, right? Look at this Clementine Jerry. She is a model, and just this post alone, she got 4,000 likes. That's definitely someone that I want to engage with, right?
Yep.
Makes absolute sense.
That's cool. You can click on the little link for their that date, and it'll take you straight to the Instagram post, so you can check it out, figure out maybe there's a collaboration you want to do there with them. But easy way to see the popular posts. Overall, how much engagement you're getting. We saw that with the number of likes and how many unique people are posting there over time. And then as you go down below the popular posts, we talk a little bit about some of the popular times and days, depending on how much data we have. So we can see, skipping ahead, popular visitors, forgot that. It's popular visitors, that's cool. You can see these big followers, who's doing that, and then what time of day. This is some stuff that you would see if you've got a business account for Instagram. You can go in and see for yourself, hey, when is my audience online? This gets you kind of outside of just my audience, but hey, at this location, what's going on? When are people posting? Wow, Monday is a big day there. What are we doing to really encourage that? We already have the momentum there. That's when people are taking those photos and posting them. What else can we do to really activate on that and, go with that being such a popular time to capture those photos and post?
Yeah, no, I absolutely love this, because then I could go back to my client and say, okay, the most popular time people are at the park is from 5 to 7, right? That's my sweet spot. So maybe we might have an on-site activation at that point, or maybe we might want to do something really cool for Random Acts of Kindness Day, where if someone's at the park, we'll give them a card for like donut bar or any of that good stuff.
Nice. Yeah, and then the popular tags at the bottom give you just a sense of what kind of hashtags are people using. And this will give you probably some new ideas even that you're like, wow, I had no idea. Like people that are tagging stuff here at the park, they're also using these hashtags. Maybe I need to look at using those in my own posts to reach the right audience. What are some of the things that are popular to talk about there and find ways to use that. So totally free, just a great way to get a sense of what's happening at all these different Instagram locations.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's going to be very helpful for my clients as well when we're going to be pitching new business about what type of events they should have at the park, right? Just because we have a number of kick-ass events that come to San Diego, like Comic-Con. We just had the Holiday Bowl and the Poinsettia Bowl. And so just to be able to show them like, yes, we can actually drive engagement. People know to come to this specific venue. Like this report is going to be super helpful in showing that to other people. So yeah, cool.
Fun stuff.
Fun. All right. So let's see if anyone's in the comments right now asking any questions that haven't given it a go yet. Hey, if you guys want to test drive Tack, Bill, what are the details for test driving?
Yeah, go sign up. Foundontack.com. I'll put it in the comments too. But you go to foundontack.com, sign up, free 2-week trial. I am certain in 2 weeks you will get a library built of amazing photos that you have the legal rights to use in your marketing. So jump in there. There is online chat with me straight through the website. Any questions you've got? Stephanie knows, she chats me all the time on the website. Hey,
oh my God, I'm always giving you feedback. I'm like, oh, hey, can you put this into your product roadmap? Can you make it have this features and that features? And you guys, Bill and the rest of the team, they're so open to ideas. They want to make this tool like a part of your daily habits. And honestly, it's a part of my daily habit. Like I hate having to curate stuff on my phone now. I'm like, no, I need to go to my desktop and I'm going to do it. And that doesn't mean that you can't curate from your phone. You can, right? You just go to the browser. You just go to foundontack.com. You could log in and stuff. Yep. I'm just saying like it's much easier for me on a desktop perspective.
Yep. It'll work. And if you do run across a photo on your phone that you really like, if you're in the Instagram app, you can get the URL for it, the share URL for the photo. And you can take that straight into Tack as well and jump straight to that photo and curate it. So there's a way to get at those ones that you might just randomly run across, or somebody sends you a link or shares a particular photo with you and like, hey, you got to check out this post.
Oh my gosh, yeah, my clients are always all the time. Like, actually, they haven't sent me the share link. They like to take the screenshot. I'm like, oh, why are you sending me the screenshot? Like, I'm so past screenshots at this point. Like, you just need to, God, yeah. But are you going to include that ability? Because you know that they let you bookmark your favorite post now?
Yeah, we're waiting. That the bookmark is cool, and we're waiting on Instagram on their API to allow access to that. So they don't allow you to get at those bookmarks yet, but that would be a great place, obviously, for us to pull from if we could get access to it. So waiting on Instagram for that.
Wait. There's like a million things that I'm always asking you. Oops, 1 second. There's always like this one feature that I'm always asking you about all the time, and it's connecting my Tack to Dropbox or to like my shared folder. Is that going to be coming down the pipeline anytime soon?
That is in the pipeline. Yes, that is on our list. We've had that from a couple different clients for sure, to have a way to sync those images over to Dropbox. And one of the things that we already do to make life easier is in your media library, you've got all these great photos, and when you download the photo, we actually name the photo in a way that's actually useful. So instead of some long, crazy name, it tells you that you know which account curated the photo, what date, and which account was it that posted the photo on which date, so that it's in the file name when you download it. So if you go download any of these files from your media library, you have exactly who you should credit and give attribution to, right? So now I got the photo. When I want to go post it somewhere or schedule it with Buffer or whatever tool I'm using, right there in the file name, I know right away, okay, at so-and-so is who I need to give attribution to or credit to show off. And that's a great practice because it encourages them to be excited about it and share your post, and gets their friends, coming over there and sharing and engaging with it as well. So I always want to give attribution on the photos that you're curating from people.
Oh, absolutely. And then Kylene had a question. She said, any idea when/if Instagram will actually open their API?
If I could predict the Instagram API team's announcements, I would probably not be sitting here in front of you guys today. That would be amazing. When you talk about opening up their API, I think maybe you're getting at, are they going to ever allow photos to be posted through their API so that third-party tools can post photos to Instagram?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, that's not coming anytime soon. The
Why?
focus for
Why
them,
is that?
it's all about spam and authenticity, right? As soon as you open that up, there's a million people trying to find a way to game the system and turn it into, Twitter, where you're just getting blasted with all sorts of low quality stuff. When you force it through the phone, it has to be a real human being sitting there with their phone saying, I want to upload this. That's why the content is so much higher quality on Instagram than other places. So they've done a great job with that. If you're asking my opinion, I doubt that's going to change in the very near future, because they don't want people to be scheduling all sorts of low quality content far in advance. They really want to bring the immediacy, the authenticity, and the high quality visuals through, and they get more of that when they make people do it. The rest of the API, they do changes from time to time. Like, for example, opening up bookmarks, like that'd be great if they would allow us to read those. Your guess is as good as mine.
What do you do? Do you just like send in a ticket and we're like, hey, here's my wish list, Instagram, can you make this happen? Do you do any of that stuff?
Oh, sure.
Like kind of like how I do to you.
You don't hear back.
I'm always like, Bill, I want this to happen. Can you make this happen?
If it's stuff in our app, it'll happen a lot sooner than it'll happen on the Instagram API side. That's for sure.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, cool. So having said that, there's a couple of conferences that are going to be coming up, and Social Media Marketing World is one of those. And I know that it's like one of the biggest conferences here in San Diego. Are you guys going to be there?
Worldwide, I think it's a mega conference. So
it is.
Yeah,
right?
we got all sorts of friends that are going to be there. We're going to be there for sure. Tyler and I will be there, and some other team members will be there. So we'll have a presence. You'll definitely find us at Social Media Marketing World. That's going to be a blast. Every year. Personally, I've been 4 years now. It's amazing. So highly recommend.
Have you already gone? Did you go the first time it came out?
You bet.
You did?
Yeah,
so you're like great. OG, original gangster.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh.
When I go to the, they do a good job when you go to the check-in stand at registration. They like ring a bell for you if you're
really.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because you went to the very first one.
So
awesome.
Definitely recommend that. We'll be there. Would love to chat with anybody. Happy to set up demos or do those virtually ahead of time. We'll be there, and then I'll do a super early plug for Social Media Day San Diego. So that's another great little conference that we helped put on June 30th this year. So we're still working on details for that, but a lot of great speakers, lots of good information. So I'll plug both of those here.
Okay, cool. And so if they wanted to learn more about Tack, you guys, honestly, this thing was a lifesaver. Take advantage of the 2-week free trial. It was one of those things where it was a complete game changer. It freed up my time so much that I was able to focus on big picture things like strategy versus what's this hashtag and what's that hashtag. So definitely go to foundontack.com, sign up for that free trial, give it a go. If there's any features that you wish it had, by all means, hit that contact button. Get that guy. Wait, is it this way?
I'm on it.
Wait, this way. Yeah. Get Bill's attention, because he does respond. He's a real life human being. It's not like a robot. So you could be like, hey, Bill, what'd you eat for lunch? And he'll tell you he had a ham sandwich.
It was delicious.
Yeah. So having said that, let's check one more time, see if there are any questions from the live audience. Again, Kylene, thank you so much for hanging out. It's so nice to have you. And if you guys are watching the replay, by all means, if you have any questions about Tack or Instagram in general, seriously, Bill is like my go-to guy for everything all Instagram. He'll be taking a look at the comments. I just assigned you for a task.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, definitely leave a question. He'll jump in here as well. And that's it for now. That's it. No one else.
All right.
Thanks
so much, Stephanie. Thanks everybody that joined live. That's awesome. This was a blast.
Yeah, this is always fun. I'm going to need you. I think every time Instagram does an update, you're going to be like my main correspondent. I'm just like, I don't want to read anything, but I'm just going to have you on the show and you're just going to give me the spiel on
We should
what's new
talk
and what's
about
going
stuff.
on.
There's new stuff every week. They just did in-story video ads are coming. So in-stream video ads in your stories are coming. There's also every week something new.
Wait. Wait, talk to me about the in-story ads. Is that something that you could do right now, or is that being slowly rolled out to like the big
That's
names?
being rolled out right now. Yeah, you can't do that yet, but they'll add a placement so that like between the stories they'll be skippable, but between somebody's stories they'll be able to slide in a video ad, and you'll be able to do a placement there.
Is it kind of like Snapchat?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So,
And then
stuff.
are you able to manage it through Facebook ads?
I would assume though it'll be the same. Yeah, it'll just be another placement through Ads Manager, so you'd be able to place your video ad there instead and open up that inventory. So there's always new stuff coming, and it's been awesome to see the growth on Instagram and all the features they've been cranking out day after day, and it's driven the user growth, and they've got people there, which is great for us because it means they're creating more content, and there's more content to go curate. Right?
Oh, for
amazing.
sure. Yeah. Seriously, Bill, you need to have like your own Facebook Live show. Just if there's new updates every single week, I'm gonna get you on OBS. I'm gonna get you
make
to
it
do
so
your
easy.
own Facebook
I
Live
like being
stream.
invited to your show.
Oh,
like
I do
whole
make it
screen
easy.
set up. It's a great setup. So
Thank you.
Love
Thank you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. And Bill, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. We'll need to hang out again in Old Town and get some Harney sushi.
let's do it.
Okay.
Have fun, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Stephanie.